never know, And then they got up there and it looked dry when that last up to bat. I was like, yeah, it's over.
No, but you know what? To be honest with you,
Oh yeah,
what should have happened? He should have never switched from the pitcher. He should have never went to Williams, even though
Mhm.
Williams was the closer.
Yeah,
But he should have waited until uh, the other dude gave up a hit or a walk or something because he was on fire.
yeah.
See what I'm saying? So he,
Mhm.
came in, he was knocking them off, and then I understand after we hit the home runs, he wanted to go to the closer, but man, come on, man.
I always feel like that's that politics of baseball. You see,
Yeah.
like they got to throw in that pitcher in there,
Yep,
and then that
yep.
pitcher sometimes just kills the game for the team. It's like,
That's
man, do you
football
got to
too.
do that? It's like,
Yeah.
is that like the order of things, or is it like they don't have to?
No.
Because
No,
it's
you don't have
yeah,
to.
you don't have to, but
Especially
then
in
it's,
the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do anything.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
playoffs.
Man,
You can
right. He should have
throw
left
2 or
him
3
in. He
starters
was
in.
hot.
yeah,
And he was killing them. He was killing
yeah. I
them.
know. I was sitting
They
there
didn't have
watching.
they closer. Let them close. For real.
Yeah, yeah. He closed all right.
He
He
couldn't
closed the
find
He
the
season.
strike
closed
zone.
their
He
season.
closed the season.
He couldn't find the strike zone. He was struggling to place those
Dude,
pitches. And-
man, some of those was going towards their face. I'm like, oh, there we go.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was a sign that
It's
hey,
like,
maybe it's time to
put the other
get the
person
hook.
back in.
Yeah, give him the hook.
yeah,
Really? Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah,
See, I
yeah.
ain't-
Once he's out, he's
Yeah,
out.
yeah, that's what I'm
I don't know
saying.
the baseball.
Yeah.
I just watched the playoffs.
I think he was struggling.
You gotta
to
watch-
find to land his pitches and hit his
Yeah.
marks.
You gotta
he was
watch that
definitely
ending.
struggling.
So then I
Much as it
really
hurts.
feel like you should have left him in until he got
Yeah.
to messing up. Then try somebody else. But
How many pitches did he get up to? That the one that, like, I know at around 100 pitches they try to get him out the game.
No, but
Yeah.
they had a new pitcher in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a relief.
I think that his
It was a new
his
pitcher.
pitch count was at like 10 or something.
Okay, his pitch count was
And
like
so-
10.
So after we hit the home run,
Yeah,
we went up 2-0.
Mhm.
We went to the top of the ninth.
yeah.
When they took him out and brought in Williams.
Okay.
But
Yeah. So
Mhm.
all right, it's all good, man.
Is
You
what
know,
it is.
yeah, man.
time for the Bucks, time for the Packers to do what they do. Yeah, let's go Wisconsin sports. All right, so today we got some great topics. We're gonna talk about some funny community events. We're gonna recap fun and funny community events and some just some things going on. We're also gonna talk about the recap of the concert from everybody's angles, Joe's, myself, and Latoya's. But before we get to that, we're gonna go ahead and introduce the partner that we have in the studio today. We'll let her introduce herself and what position she works for. She got going. So good morning. How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Pretty good. Good to see you.
Good.
Thanks for coming back. Do a voice radio.
Yeah.
I know it's nice, right? Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
So I'm Danitra.
Hey, Dimitri.
So I work for an organization called the Northwest Side Community Development Corporation. We are right off of 27th.
Neighbor.
Everybody's in the same
The
building.
neighbor.
Right
The neighbors
across
know
the-
our name.
Yeah, right
Our
across the
neighbors.
hall from
Yeah,
us.
so this is family today.
That's our neighbors.
So I just wanted to kind of highlight some resources that the Northwest Side Community has going on. So just a little highlight of my organization. We've been around for 40 years. Howard Snyder founded the CDC 40 years ago, if you can't believe that. Our executive director now is Willie Smith. So we
Shout out,
are
Willie.
one of the oldest CDFI organizations,
Right.
still Milwaukee based.
Mhm.
So we deal with business lending. So we help businesses scale up. We are statewide. We're not like, we don't have a a location.
Geography.
Yeah, we don't have a geography. We don't have a location. So
Mhm.
we're statewide. We also do economic development. I'm one of the economic development coordinators there. And then we do green infrastructure. So we program green spaces for community.
All right.
And so I just wanted to come and kind of highlight some of the resources my organization has for the community. All the events are free. We try to promote everything free because we
Mhm.
could understand that families might not have it, especially if you do have a large family.
Mhm.
So we do have a cleanup coming up tomorrow,
Ooh.
and it's our Adopt the River cleanup along Lincoln Creek. This cleanup will start at 10 a.m. and it will go to noon. It's going to be at our old BB bus site on 4350 North 35th Street
Mhm.
off of 35th and Congress, if you are familiar. We'll have litter pickers out there. We'll have buckets out there. We have some snacks and water for you guys. The biggest thing is we just want to help keep our waterways clear and free of debris, as well as make our neighborhoods look beautiful. And we just
Mhm.
want to keep that up as well too.
And y'all do that
Um,
often
we
too, as
do
well.
that
I have to shout
often.
y'all out for that.
Yeah, so we try to work with the residents and community, to help beautify our neighborhood.
Mhm.
If we don't do it, we who else will?
And I appreciate that too, especially like all the little Lincoln Creeks and all the creeks we got. I mean, growing up in Milwaukee, all of us can attest to this. Just going around, walking around them little creeks in them areas that you ain't never really been through. And
Because mine was Kern Park.
Kern Park, yeah,
The
yeah,
river
yeah,
down
yeah,
there,
yeah. So mine,
yeah.
growing up between like I said, the lower end of Hampton on 19th, but then all the years
Lincoln Creek.
Lincoln Creeks, you would be in all the little Lincoln Creek areas and all that, and it's
Mhm.
at one time it just was real. It still is beautiful, but over there by like the Milwaukee River Parkway and all that, you just want to keep all those areas trash free as much as you can. I do appreciate being able to see
What all you do in the
organizations.
creek, bro?
What is you doing in there?
Look,
I know too, brother. I know too. Hey, man, I recognize game,
the
brother.
little dip off spots, the duck off spots. Yeah, we go down there.
Y'all didn't see how smooth
Man,
he got with that? Like,
all I did was
I'm
throw a
reminiscing
few
about
rocks.
the creeks.
Threw a few rocks. Man, I used to catch people over by the creeks and rivers on some crazy stuff. Yeah. I got chased twice by messing with dudes when they down there having a little fun, so and I was underage. All I knew they was doing stuff they weren't supposed to be doing with a woman, and I interrupted their time. But yes, those creek and waterways are important for people who like to dip off for those reasons, and just for just catching a nice
And
just
for
catching
nature
nice
too, like we don't want
visual.
the fish to
Yeah.
eat the
Plastics.
plastics. The
Yeah.
birds eat the fish, they eat the plastic. They put it in the
Mhm.
grocery stores. Now you eating the plastic.
Yeah.
So it's just a whole going cycle. So we just trying to
Mhm.
make sure
Eat the plastic,
we
right?
make it safe for everyone.
And you know what's crazy? A lot of people still do go down and eat the salmon. Like I know somebody that a guy. I don't know if it's the best thing to do eating the river salmon, but these guys will go down and catch some of that salmon coming through the river down by the lake, Lake Michigan. And I'm not a river salmon guy. I haven't had it, but I know it's high in mercury.
I like Alaskan.
But yeah,
Alaskan
give me some
salmon.
Alaskan wild caught way up there in some clear water. But some people do like to still eat some of the fish that come out the water. So I guess you want to keep it safe for the ones who like that. And speaking later on, we are going to talk about and we can bring it up during this session. Did you learn that? Do you know that the Milwaukee River is the way it is, the color is because it's not because it's dirty. It's the sediments that come from rainwater and different exposures for different shifting and weather and stuff. It's not because of trash and slush, as we always would say, and people be like, man, it's that's dirty. It's the sediments, people. So that's the reason why Milwaukee River is the color the way it is. So you don't have
it used to be very polluted.
Yeah,
we had a lot of illegal dumping going on with a lot of factories, and they, the way to hide the toxic waste is to throw it in the river.
And we had it coming from Chicago.
And let me just do a.
We was giving it to Chicago actually.
Let me do a real
Chicago
quick
was
plug
giving it to
for.
a long time.
Let me do a real quick plug for Governor Evers
What's
that actually really jump started a lot of the river cleanup in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Has been a big champion for environmental issues throughout Wisconsin, and one of the reasons why the Milwaukee River is as clean as it is now and free of those pollutants is because of some of the policies that he put in place.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks, Joe.
Nice.
Appreciate that.
Nice.
That's from Joe over there. Joe Dre policy
Guy.
Yeah. So I did read too at one point that just kind of going on what you were saying about the pollution. This backing up what Latoya was saying as well. So in like the 70s, it was so much, and anybody that knows the story that's listening, I guess our water was destroying the Lake Michigan front in Chicago so much that Milwaukee had to put in those deep tunnel systems. That's why we have those deep tunnel systems, because we release it and all that would travel down into Chicago. I guess Chicago had sued Milwaukee way back in the 70s or something like that, or 80s. It might have been the 80s. Somebody can tell me, fact check me. I'm cool with that. But that's why they had to put in those deep tunnel systems, because all that backed up rainwater was polluting and flooding down into Chicago. And if you look at their Lake Michigan front, the water it's a different tint. I mean, it's a little different down there. And I'm sure the systems between here and Milwaukee are vastly different when it comes to how the water is processed, and of course what pollutants each coast sees. So, but are there some green projects that you want people to come out to that you want to share to the community?
Yeah. So speaking of like some nature walks and going deep diving in the nature, we have our fall pumpkin festival coming up, and it will be Friday, October 11th,
Okay.
from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Again, the event is free. We will give away 250 free pumpkins.
Nice.
3 pumpkins, I believe, per family.
Okay.
And it will be again at our MMSD, that's the Milwaukee Sewage District Stormwater Basin, which is our West Basin, again, 4350 North 35th Street. Children must be present. We just ask because
So I
we do
can't,
get a
I can't
Oh
come get
dang!
our
Yeah,
Y'all
show
we
just
was
do
say
trying
I
to
come.
do.
can't get no
Yeah.
pumpkins.
I mean, we
I
we
love making
can
me
make
some
an
homemade pumpkin
exceptions,
seeds.
but we
See,
have
I'm a
adults
grandma.
I know.
come. Yeah, but we just want to know that you got the grandbabies,
Cool.
Oh
because
yeah,
Right,
sometimes
no
we
right.
don't
doubt.
want us to take advantage. We want the babies to,
Mhm.
Who you
have an
telling? I'm
opportunity
bringing
to
No, of
my
course.
partake in it. So
grandson. Like,
Yeah.
come
we'll
on, let's
have
go get a
goodie
pumpkin.
bags out there. We have music, PTA providers taking action. We'll be doing a fundraiser out there, hamburgers, brats, hot dogs. We have coloring tables for babies, but it's also a way to highlight our one of our stormwater basins here. So when we
Okay.
talk about some of the flood
Mhm.
mitigation, we
Mhm.
have 3 stormwater basins here in the city of Milwaukee:
Okay.
our North Basin, East Basin, and then this will be actually our West Basin project. And so we did have heavy flooding back in 2010,
Mhm.
and so it was just a mess. Like on
Ooh,
Capitol, you had
man.
people out
Yes.
there with canoes,
I'll
and
never forget that.
Yeah.
people's basements
Whitewater
backed up.
rafting down
Yeah,
the
Down
side
Capitol.
streets.
Yes.
People had boats and stuff going down
Yeah.
side streets, and people was bringing out the little
Yeah.
what you call them little
Hey,
joints.
you know what, y'all? It was crazy because I was working in New York then, and my
New York.
yeah, and my kids called me, and from being from here, I know we have rains and floods
Yeah.
every little now and then. My
Mhm.
kid was like, "Mama, the lake has come over
Ooh.
the city.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of here."
Oh, they was
Why
really.
my sons leave my daughters at home with my dad, and
Oh,
they
no.
went to their uncle house? I said, "Y'all wrong.
Hey, the city
Y'all
did.
done left the girls."
Hey, yeah, it was real rough around that time.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
sent me pictures. I was not here, y'all.
Yeah.
I
Oh, for
actually
real?
was working in New York
Yeah.
for SCIU, but I was working in New
I
York.
remember that day. I remember that day. I was driving around actually that day. I ended up going to my boy house that day to kind of get up out of it. But you know how Milwaukee is kind of it's an incline going up
Yeah.
and keep going up, and of course the what's the name level change, sea level change, and it was like a river coming down. What was that? What's that? Cortland, from where my auntie house is. It was just a river coming down Cortland, because Cortland going up, when you go further up Cortland up Hampton, it turns into it's more incline. Man, I've never seen the water flowing down there. And another street that was flowing like crazy was Mill Road during that period. And I had to find a way to get around to go to 60th and Good Hope. It was crazy that time. People was
And
like,
that's where
yeah,
my home was, off of
Off of Good Hope.
off of Good Hope.
Yeah,
off of Silver Spring, in between Mill Road and Silver Spring.
all that area was
All
crazy at
that
that
was-
time.
my
All the
whole
little
basement
creeks
was
and rivers
flooded.
was flooded over
And I
there.
have that receptor tank, and my daughter's was like, "Mama, the whole basement, our house it's finna be up on the first floor." And I'm saying, like, they just exaggerating this.
Yeah, my cousin's house
And
was
they
flooded
literally
too.
FaceTime me and was like,
Mhm.
"Oh shoot."
Yeah, my cousins had a
Yeah.
really nice basement at that time. They had just redone, and
I
it was
did
so
too.
cushy and comfortable down there.
Mhm.
Man, as soon as you get to the first floor, first step, it was just like you could just dive right into the basement. It was over. They had to
Yeah.
redo it again. So
Yep,
yeah,
I did too.
yeah,
Yep, I had made a laundry area with cabinets and could put up all my
Yeah.
sheets and towels and stuff, and that
a
all
lot
that
of
was
people who had
gone.
finished basements had their basements
Yeah.
got destroyed, and they got it was
Yep,
it
it
was
was
finished
finished.
after that.
Yeah.
All right, so what
So
else?
the basin basically will help capture some of that storm water.
Okay.
We
So
need
with the
that.
3 basins combined, it will collect about 40 million gallons of storm water. So instead of it
Wow.
flooding the streets and properties and
Mhm.
businesses, it has somewhere to collect now.
So this is
That's
I'm sorry,
good.
this is
Mhm.
outside of the deep this outside of deep water tunnels, right? Is this different?
Well, they're they're doing the tunnels underneath as well, the stormwater
Yeah.
tunnels underneath as well too at the same time. So if you see construction going on
Mhm.
35th and Congress, they're actually
That's what's going
building
on
the
over there.
basin. Yeah, so they're
Wow.
moving dirt to create the
I
basin.
seen it.
And then there's about 14 acres of green space that's up for community as far as what should this space be. So my colleague and I, Sarah Brigant, have been working with community, hitting doors, just asking, what would you want this space to be? So
Beautiful
we
art
got
space.
I say a
basketball
park.
courts,
Yeah.
space,
open air
right.
I say
pavilions,
a
a
Yeah.
park.
playground for
Cause it's
babies,
not no
walking
nice
Mhm.
little
trails.
park in that area.
No,
You
and we
think
should
about
have the
yeah,
amenities on our in our community.
yeah.
So this will be focused on community, and we want it for
Are they
you.
talking about building? Or do they just want to do like more nature based type of location, or do they want to put like a building there?
No, nature based.
Just nature based.
Nature
And then we
Okay.
also want to do like open air pavilion, so we can do concerts out there,
Oh,
do
Nice.
Yeah,
Now
solar
that'd be
Oh,
panels,
nice.
nice.
so
We
it'll
that'd
be
be
definitely
a,
would.
nice.
It'd be nice to have a nice
electrical
pavilion there.
hookup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Mhm,
then the
mhm.
I
seating will
live
be
right in that
embedded
area.
into
Yeah.
So it's just something for the community, but we just want a way to highlight the space too, before
Mm-hmm.
the big part comes for individuals.
Yeah, that place would
Uh-huh.
get done big time.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
get used big
yeah,
time because a lot of community organizations, we all pretty much already in that area, so we would definitely
absolutely.
go there and
Mhm.
use, of course,
Yeah.
Wisconsin
Yeah.
Voices and
Got
Yeah.
some walking trails
NW,
throw back there, some native
NWSCDC.
plants, some
Hmm.
gardens and stuff. And then you can take the hike as well too. So the great thing about the Fall Pumpkin Festival, we're partnering with a lot of our community partners,
Hmm.
and Nearby Nature is one of our partners that will do a nature walk. So if you do come
Nice.
join us on Friday, October 11th, you get to see Lincoln Creek.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like a pocket of paradise, because sometimes you are in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, you forget to stop and enjoy nature.
Hmm.
What is it like to hear a bird, or
Mhm.
hear a cricket, or
Mm-hmm.
see the fish splash in the
Hmm.
creek? So it's
Hmm.
just, to me, it's just common. It has healing properties
It's
and
nice.
benefits
You're
from
right.
being in nature.
You definitely right.
Yeah, so we just want to
It's proven
highlight
that
that
it
space.
has. Yeah, tapping in, being one with nature.
Absolutely. So again, our Fall Pumpkin Festival is Friday, October 11th from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. and it's at our BB bus site, 4350 North 35th Street, and we are giving away 200 free pumpkins, and it's a fun family event. So come out if you guys have time. We do have a couple of other events. I don't want to bore you guys with all the
Oh, no.
events that
We
we
love
have
hearing
up
about
and
Go
them.
ahead.
Please,
coming.
we love
This is
hearing
what
about
this
it.
is what we
We
do.
like
Every
to go
day
to
is
different
Friday. We need
things.
to know what's
Okay.
going on.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you can find more about our up and coming events and how to register if you go to our website, the nwscdc.org. Again, nwscdc.org. So we partnered with Red Bike and Green, Mr. Amar. He's one of the local artists around the community as well too. He started a biking club, and it's basically a black cyclist group, who just kind of wants to come out and encourage other brown people and black people like us to have better healthy outcomes, but we want to utilize some of our bicycle lanes
Mm-hmm.
to do
Mm.
so it is a biking group, but everyone's welcome to come. We created a soul road master calendar, and this calendar encompasses all the bike rides, from what was it, June all the way through December. We had some bike giveaways earlier in the year. We had some free mobile repair stations as well on that calendar. So we wanted to make an all-encompassing calendar so you didn't have an excuse as to why you couldn't come out and ride.
Yeah.
So we do have a ride that's coming up, and Red Bike and Green is leading the ride. It's our Vel R. Phillips ride, and it's
Okay.
going to be on Saturday, October 6th at 1 p.m. And you meet in front of America's Black Holocaust Museum, and you guys get a chance to tour the Black Holocaust Museum as well too,
Nice.
if you have not done so already.
Nice.
So along the rise, you see a lot of historical sites. You get to go to some juice bars that Black own, some community gardens, and sometimes like you see the city different when you biking and walking, because you didn't know that garden was there and it's been there for like 20
Mhm.
years. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just a way to highlight some of our great spaces that we have in the
Yeah.
community, and a way for us to patronize some of the local businesses that are here as well too.
Okay.
We also have our business apex sessions, and this is a way for entrepreneurs to
Mhm.
kind of come together and get some kind of, ex- you know, join some sessions so they can, continue their business. We have two up and coming sessions. One on October 28th. It's business scaling. We excuse me, that one's coming up, and then November 11th, emotional intelligence, and then we also have one on December 9th, business succession planning. And you can find more about this on our website as well too. And if you have any questions, you can contact our operations manager, Ebony Johnson. She's the one in charge of the business Apex sessions. But it's a awesome opportunity for entrepreneurs who just kind of want some more knowledge and some game about their business.
Yeah.
And then
Always needed.
finally, we I'm on the Coalition for Safe Driving MKE, and
Ooh, that's important.
yeah, so reckless driving is a big issue around our city.
Is it?
Oh my god,
I ain't
it's-
seen it. I haven't seen it.
What?
Reckless
You
driving in
know,
Milwaukee?
You live under a rock?
You
Reckless
for
driving?
real? Do you live under a rock?
So
Really?
it's crazy. And we want to come together and kind of honor the victims and the loved ones, as well as individuals who have been impacted by reckless driving. We are hosting a World Day of Remembrance, and it's just a visual for individuals who have been impacted by reckless driving. We are hosting this in partnership with a lot of our community partners, Saturday, November 16th, from 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. And this will be inside Peak Initiative, 2480 West Cherry Street, and it is inside of Tiefenthaler Park, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah.
We have a chance to get community resources. We have healing circles. We're going to have prayer visuals. We do have quilt patch making from some of the seniors from Clinton and Bernice Rose Senior Center to kind of highlight some of the tragedies and to honor the families who have lost, loved ones,
That's real.
or those who have been impacted by a tragic car accident as well too. We are still looking for families who are interested in speaking as well too. So if that's of interest to you, again, you can reach out to Cecilia Jackson at the Coalition for Safe Drive MKE. Or you can go to our Facebook page, the Coalition for Safe Driving MKE as well.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. That's
thank you,
another
thank you.
important. All right.
That's
So
awesome, amazing work that y'all
Yeah.
doing.
y'all over there
in the
getting it done.
community,
Yeah.
Danitra.
Y'all working hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all work
We
hard.
try
It's
to.
nice to see the organization that's on the other side getting it in just as much as
Yes.
us. They be
And a
having-
lot going on.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
That's
They be
what's
in and
awesome
out.
about us. Just so much going on. I mean, you guys provide so much to the community. Great work.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, two strong organizations at the top doing their thing. That's what's up.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And then you
Yeah.
do your thing sometimes as well. You have your
Yeah.
own. I like that.
My own business.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yeah. So my little side hustle,
Mhm.
I do have a fresh fruit lemonade stand,
Mhm.
freshly
Nice.
squeezed,
Mm-hmm.
handcrafted, made right in front of you.
Mhm.
It's just happens I'm a young black lady doing it as well too. I got the idea for like, have you been to the state fair and they actually make it
Mhm.
right in front of you?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
lemon shake-ups. So I think, yeah, I like that.
But it's just it was something unique that I wanted to do. But
Mhm.
then for me, it's fresh fruit. So that's kind of what's unique about mine.
Nice.
So it's called Elevated Essentials Lemonade. And I usually do all the big pop-ups and fairs. Word of mouth is awesome. So people come and seek me out. So it's just something unique and different. I try to have my family involved in it. My boys are my cashiers and my customer service representatives. So it's getting the babies involved to see how, mom makes money on the side. And, one day you too can be an entrepreneur. It doesn't always have to be
Right.
you're working for someone else, but let me show you and give you the tools and the resources to, to do so if you choose to.
So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
I noticed that when you started off, you said, so for my little side job. Why do you say little?
I I didn't mean to say it like that.
I mean, but you said it.
Yeah, but it's my focus is more like community. And sometimes when we do our, 9 to 5 job, you kind of want to keep it on the hush. But then it's I'm learning how to highlight both.
Thank you, because
Yeah.
that's your own business, and
Mhm.
that's excellent. And that you're actually empowering your son.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to speak on that because words are very powerful.
Mhm.
So when you speak of your business, look at it as extravagant, like it's huge.
Right.
You know, lemonade and whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what just
Yeah.
caught me because when you said little, I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
So I just had to ask you why you said little.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, back to you, Tor.
That was real. I like that. Yeah.
And I want to highlight something we did this week. We had an amazing concert. Shout out to Carly P.
Harvard
Did
P.
your
Yeah.
thing. We're gonna talk about that on the next segment, but we want to start it with anybody that's listening that came to the concert. Give us a shout out at 414-444-5250 or 414-444-5253. Give us a shout out and tell us how y'all think the concert went. What was the highlights? What did you how did you enjoy yourself? How was the night for you?
Yeah.
So
And we can go ahead and take a quick break real quick. Go ahead and get the first one out the way. I ain't look
yes,
at the
we
time.
can.
Oh,
All right, yes. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Anything else you want to shout out before you get out here?
No, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming through. I know it
Thanks
was
for coming
last
on.
minute, but sometimes, in the
Hey,
clutch is the best way, off guard. So
I'm here.
keep you on
so
your
you,
toes.
you got me.
Yeah, so go ahead, take us out, Joe.
All right. This is Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices on WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We live, baby. We live. We live, baby. Welcome back, baby. What's up, baby? We just had Juve in them last night, baby. Juve and Manny Fresh, you dig? They was down last night at the rave, you feel me?
That's the only reason why I didn't go.
Man.
Because they was at the rave.
Ooh, there. Woo, it. You know what? It
Yeah.
was warm. I was in there last night.
It's gonna be hot,
Yeah.
stuffy.
Shout out to
and the parking is buoy. You
Yeah.
gotta park your car around.
Shout out to Juvie and Manny Fresh for coming through and showing love to the
Yeah.
mill last night. The Milwaukee came out last night, so it was that. So on top of us doing our big vote concert, that was included. It could have meshed better with the hip hop week, but we did the hip hop week thing as well. You had Khalif and his team over there, and the Aldermans of Milwaukee. They was on stage. They even gave Juvie the Great a proclamation last night. They did another proclamation.
What y'all look at me for?
Yeah.
You know not to look at me.
Somebody else laughed. They was like a proclamation, but we're not gonna go into that. Congratulations to Juvenile and them. I ain't got nothing against it, but it's a lot of folks in the city that deserve some proclamations. But we'll just go back to the concert. The concert was smooth. They did all the hot songs. They stayed on
They brought
stage.
it.
And brought it out like they're supposed to. And of course, our people came out from all walks of life was out there. People with no rhythm all the way to dropping it like it was hot, hot, hot.
And there were no incidents.
And no incidents.
None.
Yes.
Nope.
No fights, no drama.
Not at the Big Boat or at the Juvenile concert last night.
That was amazing.
Some people did pass out at that concert last night. I seen
I
4
know,
people
'cause
getting
it be
wheelchairs.
hot in there.
And it was 3 dudes. It was 3 dudes, and there was a woman on the
Right.
ground. It was like 4
Hot
people
in that
passed out
mug.
at the concert
That was
last
the
night.
only reason why I ain't
I ain't seen. That's the most people I've seen. Yeah. Yep.
It be
Drinking
hot.
alcohol.
It
Yeah,
be
get on.
so
Yeah, you gotta get on that.
consumed in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. Yeah, drinking alcohol and it's hot, you dehydrate quick, and then next thing you know, it's over. So yeah,
I don't
mean,
know if it's the lights in there that beam down or something.
It's
I don't know
something in
what
there.
it is, but it be hot in there. The one time I was in there, I felt like I wanted to pass out.
I just don't
It
understand
was
why
like,
they don't have
no, I
AC in
won't.
there, man. Like,
Come back
central
here.
air.
Yeah.
Make it
Yeah.
comfortable.
I think because it costs so much to put a central
Man, they
system
make
in
so
that
much
big
money.
building, they make so much money.
Yeah, I was finna say they make
Like,
because
come
they
on,
have
man, quit
concerts
playing,
like
man.
every
Yeah.
other day.
But I think them big HVAC
Rock
systems on top of
concerts, all
like a
type
building.
of
It
stuff.
got to be a reason why they ain't put no big HVAC system on
Man,
top of
they
the
want
rave.
people to pass out. That's
Yeah,
what.
maybe
They
do.
don't care.
know.
You just well,
They know
I'm not gonna
when you
say a
messed
person
up.
don't care, but I'm just gonna say it's easy. If the less money you got to spend is the more money you make.
Right.
What you mean? What? Hold on.
It's
What?
more like if I own it and if I'm
Oh, you
making
talking about that
money
with the people?
and
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm not passing
Yeah.
out, then
Well,
so be it.
then think of this too. The hotter it is in there, you're buying more drinks
You're
because
buying
you're
more
because
drinks.
you're thirsty because
Yeah.
you're hot.
Yeah, and the drinks
Mm.
was high. I got 1 drink in there last night, but they was making their money. People in there was
Of
spending.
course.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm good. This one, and I had a nice little conversation with the bartender to make sure this one and done was gonna be right what I needed. I was like, that's it, bro. Y'all in here making a killing off these people who probably just coming up here aggressive. I want to come up here respectfully and ask, could you top that off just a little bit more?
Yeah.
And dudes over there like, man, you ain't got none of this. You out of Patron. I'm like, man, hey, sir, can I get a quick tonic real quick? That's all I need is a quick tonic, and I was good. But I do want to thank the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin Voices, and everybody that contributed to the big boat this weekend. Everybody contributed
Turner
to
Hall.
Turner Hall this weekend. I want to thank all the volunteers,
Sherman
our
Park
team,
Association,
Sherman Park Association,
Center for Racial Justice
for
and
Racial
Equality,
Justice.
NAACP.
NAACP,
Transforming Justice
Mirror,
Coalition, Mirror,
Transformative Justice, True School,
True School, yeah.
Shantae
Shantae
Nelson,
Mhm.
Chris Walton,
Chris
Hip Hop
Walton, Hip Hop
Caucus. Said it
Caucus.
already.
Nope, we didn't.
Oh.
Jasmine Taylor, she did her
Mhm.
thing.
Shout out to Jasmine Taylor.
KP and Meech
Tyler.
did they. Tyler, I'm sorry, I said Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tyler. Jasmine Tyler, she
Mhm.
did her thing. KP and Meech Productions, they
Mhm.
did they thing.
Mhm.
And shout out to Scrappy, Cuckoo Kyle, Ray Nitty, Rich, Real Rich,
Yeah.
and
Carvey
Steve
P.
the Stoner,
Kia-
Carvey P,
Kia the Rap Princess.
Kia the Rap Princess, and the DJ. She was off.
She was
the
she was
chain.
great.
Sushi.
Sushi Lure, yeah. Sushi Lure.
So
y'all
DJ
say
Sushi
it.
Lure.
I can't
She
say
did.
S's.
She did fabulous
Yeah.
all
Yes,
night long.
All night.
I bet she did, huh, Joe?
Yeah. She did her
Yeah.
thing all
Fabulous
night
all night
long.
long.
She sure did. And Carvey P, you did your thing, Carvey.
Carvey got up there when he said he was going to do his thing and got up there and switch it up and be that artist on stage. He definitely became that artist on stage. I seen, I seen his crew and the people in there turning up off the yeah.
So I got a little sneak peek because I was with Tamika running to the back of the stage right before Carvey P went on, and got to give a little shout out real quick to Carvey right before he went on stage. So that was kind of cool for me, at least. You know, that's kind of the highlight of my night, being up there kind of.
I'm salty at him because I ain't getting no picture with him. I did selfies with most of all the artists, and he just dipped out of there. I ain't see him after he got on stage. Now I was right there when he was on stage, but when you got off, you was up and out. I was like, dang.
I was trying to get the Carvey was supposed to be my first interview. I was looking for Carvey for like 2 hours.
Me too. Like,
I'm running around like, where Carvey at? I'm interviewing everybody else.
Some of that food.
Yeah.
Carvey B speaking.
So I just want to say thank you to, to everyone that I'm looking at, Wisconsin Voices. I want to say thank you to all the support I received on the event. The event was amazing, wonderful experience. From the people that I met, from the interviews, from the stage, from the food, from the, you know what I'm saying? I could keep going on and on and on. But, I honestly just want to say thank you because that was a blessed opportunity to meet them type of people and just, connect. Appreciate y'all.
Awesome.
You up there, babe.
Yeah.
You up there. A lot of them was impressed to be up there with you. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I hope it was a nice networking opportunity for you as well. Yeah, that's good.
Man, y'all, I got me a selfie with Scrappy, real rich. I had some fun that night.
Yeah, it was good.
I
time.
got me some kisses. Like, oh yeah.
Wait, hold up now. We're gonna be recorded. We don't need nobody saying that. Look, right. All right.
And one of the other great things about the night was that we were able to assist a lot of people in registering to vote.
Yes,
that's what it was all about. It was about getting out the vote, getting folks, helping folks get registered and get them prepared for this November election.
Yeah, and that was the big thing too. So even just down on the front, I want to shout out to the canvassers as well for them just coming through, not only just doing the registration, which was the main focus of this concert, but also going down there, helping us set up balloons, getting down there, being in contact with myself, Latoya, Tamika, Joe, asking us what we needed help with, working the floor, keeping
making
your
sure
eyes
the young
on
ladies was safe.
Yeah, keeping your eyes on people. Yeah, exactly. Keep your eyes on people, being there to be a witness, being in support. That's what it's all about. It was coming together as a community to support from all ends, being with our partners, working with our partners, helping our partners set up and put their tables into play, putting their whatever news reports, letters, or any information they have for the community and getting out, and then just the people coming through and supporting each other. So that was nice. It was a beautiful time, and you had so many things going on in one space. You could find something that you was interested in, even if you wasn't a concert person. If you just want to be downstairs and connect with the organizations, if you wanted to go upstairs and be strictly on the music scene, or if you just wanted to go up there and network, it was opportunities for do all that, because it was somebody from some angle in partnerships, elected officials, or directors, etc. in the building.
A lot of networking going on that night.
We got a caller, y'all. We got a caller. Caller, you on the air?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Miss Latoya. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Mr. Carvey. Good morning, Mr. Rideout. Good morning again, Milwaukee. Tyrone W. speaking. I love what I'm hearing, and I'm glad it was a wonderful success and much continued, and many more. Just like a birthday. That one was great. Many, many more to come.
Yes.
Glad you did your thing there, everybody. It's Mr. Carvey there, man. That's right. Come on up there, man. Do it, and that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I actually had a chance to talk with Kia Rap Princess on another down the dial, year ago, actually, when she did her Summerfest thing. So somebody else had her in, and I got a chance to talk with her on the phone, but I haven't met her yet, but I did talk with her at least once. So yeah, just like Woodstock was came about, and the black thing that they did with Isaac Hayes and all of them then too. You don't need the Meyer Grounds Festival Park to do it. do it bigger and better next year if you need to or whatever. Bring in who you can bring in, get in where you can fit in. Everything ain't got to be at the Summerfest ground, but if you're able to get something like that, that's wonderful. Whether it be at one of the stadiums or one of the high school or college football fields or something. Take the blessings that are handed to you. But
our event wasn't at the Summerfest grounds.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, that's good that we had it there. That we had
Turner Hall.
We can be successful by maneuvering around those. Those everything doesn't have to be down there or State Fair.
Right.
Just like we're trying to get a building for. I tell Tamika to talk with Warren Benson. About when he moves to his bigger building or whatever there. So, but yeah, just crawl before you walk, and walk before you run. So yeah, that's good. Just do it bigger and better next year than two and up. Have a great day, have a great weekend. Brainstorm. This is what we did. It was great this time. How can we improve on that? And just go from there. Go from there then. So have a great day. Wonderful weekend. I didn't want to rain on nobody, storming it. And I was just saying, we've got the answers in our own minds if we just bring them forward.
That's right.
Love you all. Thank you. All right, Brian. Sounding good, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And it's important too. I believe keeping the venues in Milwaukee that we've had, historical venues, we got to keep those active. So when we can, or organizations or any group in the city that has the funding to rent out a Turner's or rent out a room at the Rave or any other concert halls that are historical here in the city, we got to keep those going, because they're going to bring in the major venues. The major venues are going to get picked by Live Nation or by any of the major companies that do these major concerts or these big events. So we want to make sure that we are, as a community, keeping our local our local big theaters and stage shows present with our local acts and performances. And even if you got a stage play, we all that stuff, I want to be able to be more involved in seeing more stage plays from black and brown actors and directors. And the talent here is deep, not just in the music.
Yes, it is. I seen that Tuesday.
The acting is strong here. You got even just on the singing tip, that's strong here, and the people behind the scenes that put all that stuff together, that's strong. Got a lot of great production folks here that worked on big levels as well. So
the performing arts add quality of life to folks.
It does. Yeah.
So when you have that in the community, it's like gold. When you have things like that and that natural talent and those organizations that help foster that. Right. So, shout out. I wanted to just give a shout out again to Turner's, like he was talking about certain venues, Brian, they were fabulous for us. They assisted us, they helped us out and getting things set up and whatever we needed. Fantastic place, down there. It was my first visit down to Turner Hall. So, it was a fantastic visit, beautiful place, and was happy to be there.
Yeah, I'm glad you had a great first experience at Turner Hall. All right, y'all. Quick.
We really enjoyed ourselves. I think everybody, and just to see how we all came together and really highlighted our talent in Milwaukee, even down to having Ray Nitty perform with Cuckoo Cow.
Yeah, that was
and
awesome.
That song was one that helped put hip hop on the map for us here in Milwaukee in my project. So we really came out and enjoyed ourselves and had a very pleasing event. Again, if anybody's listening that was at that event, give us a call at 414-444-5250 or 414-444-5253. We want to hear from you.
All right, so I think we good. One more break real quick. Go ahead and take it into a break. We're going to talk about some community topics, some funny community topics, and maybe a few that we just see around our areas that's been in the news lately. So what you think? Break time?
Yeah.
Break time.
Break time.
You're on WNOV 860 106.5 FM, BA Voice Radio, Wisconsin Voices. We'll be right back. All right, y'all. It's a lot of things going on. We always talk about, and sometimes we don't get to all the topics like we want to. But one topic that I think was kind of funny and things that we been trying to mention the last couple of weeks is the Milwaukee cautious car, or the art car that is not much of an art. It kind of makes me feel a little queasy when I look at it. Milwaukee got that car. They spent that $88,000 on the car. Then I guess it had broke down a month after it was introduced. So now it's probably been a month and a few weeks after it's been introduced. But the city had funded this truck adorned with decorations aimed at raising awareness of reckless driving in Milwaukee. And our car was introduced at Red Arrow Park on August 14th. The moving city is a Ford Ranger taken from the Department of Public Works. It is covered in traffic cones. It was carved and painted. The truck was also branded with various expressions like what's happening in your mirrors, be the person you want to share the road with, and take turns. So I guess the city has some mechanical issues with this from it being driven. And I thought it was just kind of funny that this disgusting looking vehicle was already, and I'm sure somebody carved and drew it. And I'm not knocking the artist, no disrespect to the artist, but I think that could probably went a couple ways with using that 88,000 to show, especially with a Ford Ranger. I think they could have took something from one of them smacked up MPD cars and went another route. Maybe even given a black car with some real hazardous, cautious, lettering and decals that weren't as distracting as this. I think this is more distracting than anything else, which could cause accidents.
Distracting? How did you pay 80,000 for a car and it don't work?
Can I ask you a question?
Shoot, you could have bought a Tesla.
So what's the purpose behind this car?
It's supposed to prevent reckless driving or bring awareness to reckless driving.
How?
It's supposed to distract.
How do it supposed to prevent?
By traveling around the city in different locations.
And reminding people.
And just being displayed and hoping that folks would talk about reckless driving. So I guess in a way it did reach its mission, because here we are in WNOV on Via Voice talking about the car. So I guess it kind of did generate that talk in a roundabout way, but probably not for the right reasons.
Yeah, because I was about to say, if the whole purpose is to stop reckless driving, us talking about it, we not the one doing the reckless driving.
Correct.
So it really defeat the purpose anyway, because the people that's doing the reckless driving, they drive by so fast they don't even see the car.
Yeah, they ain't gonna see it. Yeah, are they gonna see it, look at it, and hit something else? So, so Alderman Lamont Westmoreland was stated or quoted as blasting our car. And this is just from our great people at CBS 58 over there. He said that on August 30th in a statement calling the car a huge waste of money that won't impact reckless driving. And just looking at the moving city cost breakdown, the artist consultant stipend was $43,000 for it. The project cost $25,000. And the liaison stipend was $20,000, which was a total of $88,000. So the artist consultant stipend. You trying to tell me the artist got $43,000 for that?
That's kind of what that's
saying,
there, and I think that's
43 bands, man. Dude, it could have.
Here's a great idea. Why didn't we go get some community members or some children of the community to put together an art piece so that it's all put together by folks in the community
that have been impacted by car
who
accidents?
Is the person? Who is the artist?
We could have saved $40,000 and.
Is the artist from here?
I don't even know. We don't even know who the artist is. I have to look into it.
They could have gave me that money, and I'd have went around and talked to these guys.
I'm trying to see.
Well, I mean, we could have spent it on overtime for law enforcement to start enforcing reckless driving and start pulling people over.
Yeah, come on. I mean, let's make sense of it though. If you spend that kind of money on a car, one, that don't even work. Two, the purpose is not even like
it's pointless.
It's pointless.
Like,
so you might as well give me the money.
Who came up with that idea? Whoever did, and you actually passed it and said that was okay,
or you can create some type of job using that money and give it to these young people so they can go out and be
Yep.
a spokesman for
To
it.
be
Now
honest
Give
with
them a
you,
check to.
Now
I'm
you're
gonna
putting money
keep it
into the
real with
economy.
y'all.
Thank
hold
you.
on,
Yeah.
because we could
Let's
have
make
put more
sense of
money
this.
into the economy, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. We could have took one of these city lots and made a racing track where they can come and spend a little money and be able to race their cars around there and stuff.
Yeah, it's still a. I don't. Then it would cause.
Yeah,
like,
but
It probably would help with the need for speed.
Well, here's one of the major problems. It's the
They did that in California,
A lot of
and
it-
they had
Yeah,
a
they
lot of
did.
people
Yeah,
come
they
A
did
lot
do
of
a
to
little
their
strict.
track.
a
Yeah.
lot of it's enforcement because there's a lack of enforcement
Yeah.
with some.
Mhm.
I've seen people blow through stoplights
Mhm.
and with a police officer sitting right
And
at
they
the
don't
other
even
corner,
care.
and they don't even care.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so if I see the other folks getting away with that, well, I'm thinking I can
Let
do
me
it
try,
now.
yeah.
Well, why can't I do
Yeah.
it if other folks are doing
Yeah.
it? That's
I
why I'm
totally
saying
agree
a lot
with
of
you,
it
Joe.
comes down to enforcement. Some of it comes down to the things you're seeing downtown with those bump outs, to where you can't be going around on the right hand side or the left hand side. You don't have that option. You have to stay where you're at. So some of it's structural. Some of it is with the
Mhm.
infrastructure. Some of it is enforcement.
And real quick, just
And
before
then some of it is also they're not enforcing people that's driving around without license.
no, the license plate thing is such a major issue here. I
Yeah.
mean, even today I just seen a Tesla, clean Tesla, with no license plates on it. I'm like, come on, man.
There's
Like,
more
really?
license plate, either missing license plates or
Yeah.
expired plates than there are ones that are valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people with license. Every accident that hit my poor Lincoln, neither one of those people had license or insurance.
Believe it.
I think that if they really, really, really want to fix this issue of reckless driving with technology nowadays, you can put some type of chip in these cars that you can control the speed of these people. You can slow them down. You can actually shut the car off. It used to be a show that came on. It was called Bait Car,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they would leave the doors open, and
They used to
You know,
they
they
did
would
some
jump
bait
in and
car
steal it.
projects here in Milwaukee.
so what I'm saying is possible. Do you really want to solve it, or do you want to capitalize?
But
on
I mean, you don't.
But that's
gonna
more
be
with
hard.
and that right there. That would be like infringing on people's rights. They
How?
paid
Yeah,
for a
'cause you don't have no
car,
privacy.
and they shouldn't nobody control the car on that.
it? Wait,
They should control
I understand what you're saying, but you got these
traffic.
new Teslas that's driving by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So you got all of this technology that ain't invading
But
people's property, privacy.
but that's not invading their privacy because they control what that car do.
And also, with
But
Tesla, would
if
drive
you
itself
control
back to a
that,
dealership.
you feel like somebody going down the
Drive you off
street
a
and they
cliff.
driving too fast.
No, I ain't
We got a
saying that.
caller. I want to take this caller because this is the last call for the day. So, caller, you on the air?
Yes, I know you're on the subject and topic. I'm from the school, not the old school, what they call. Now, the thing is that what we missing is that we had a government that took the discipline away from a parent from the issue of some bad parenting. We have been falsely accused in our society and took it away our rights to discipline our kids, where it has been within decades has been our kids have not known what right was, what hurts from doing wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
what has designed us from our time is that it taught us to watch ourselves when we got whooped, to change our mind of thinking. Okay. But by having control to stop the prison system from developing, they took the rights from the parents because once the government released that we were supposed to have been free, we wasn't free. It was just a bigger holding pen for slaves that they then took the rights from a white man to own black people solely themselves. The government took over. So therefore, the rewrite was to put you in slavery by writing laws and having laws that inflict in your without your knowledge of being ignorant to a country that you have been suppressed and oppressed and raped in and put into a century of lives that has been from the reflection of another handling another culture and race. And by this, I think that it may be too late for discipline, okay, but you don't you don't charge every parent for what another bad parent do. That's what the laws are for. Okay.
All right,
And then,
sir, we're going to have you call back next week because this is the end of our time.
okay, I
So,
will do so, Michelle.
thank you so much. And if you can call back on Monday in between 11 and 12, we can definitely let you finish your comment.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank you for calling in.
You too. Thank you for calling in.
Well, quick show today was cool. We got the recap of a lot of things that's going on. Of course, we got more big things coming up. And again, if you got anybody that needs to be registered to vote, get in contact with us. Contact us at Wisconsin Voices. Again, God bless y'all. Happy Friday. Enjoy the sun while it's out. Again, Latoya, Brian, and Joe are in the building. We'll see you next week.
Have a safe weekend.